Welcome back to the War Chest. I got some more of that fire for you. Finna show you how my boys really show out. Show you how them salamanders really get down, homie. You ain't seen shit. I'm finna show y'all something y'all ain't never seen before. And I promise you, you ain't never seen nothing like this in your life. Talk about Black Panther. I've seen more gang fights. More people involved in gang fights than I've seen in the Black Panther. Black Panther ain't even in the same ballpark what you about to see right now.
The Space Marines are acknowledged as the Emperor's will brought to life. They descend from the heavens onto the bleakest battlefields to vanquish humanity's enemies in its most crucial hours. Shining in their war attire, they serve as magnificent reminders to the Imperium's followers that assurance against darkness is guaranteed. Within the Space Marine chapters, one stands out, dedicated to protecting the vulnerable and exemplifying the Emperor's mercy, the 18th Legion, recognized as the Salamanders. Initially designated as the 18th Legion, the origins of what would later develop into the Salamanders are largely obscured by mystery. To protect the newborn Space Marines from potential dangers and clandestine operations, the origins and objectives of several early Legion gene seats are classified. The exact reasoning behind this strategy remained a well-kept secret, divulged only to the Emperor and a handful of his aides. At a certain juncture in its history, the Legion adopted the moniker Dragon Warriors, a name seldom spoken or acknowledged by the majority. Gaining recognition from their early participation in the assault of the Tempest Galleries in the Unification Wars, the Dragon Warriors achieved a remarkable victory against formidable odds. Despite enduring significant casualties, they established a reputation as seasoned and honorable warriors, marked by the blood of their sacrifices. Rarely deployed as a cohesive legion, the 18th often found itself fragmented into smaller battalions, reinforcing battle groups scattered throughout the Imperium. Their missions frequently thrust them into crucial confrontations with Space Hulks or Xenos raiding parties disrupting the rear lines of advancing Crusade forces. The Dragon Warriors boldly faced the most hazardous and deadly war zones, gaining acclaim for their role as saviors. However, the toll of their conflicts prevented the Legion from fully restoring its original strength, in contrast to the standards set by other legions. The Legion's survival and continuity became uncertain during its fourth decade of service, only to be resolved with the return of their Primarch, Vulcan. As an infant, the Primarch Vulcan arrived on the planet Nocturne during the time of trials, and was taken in by the blacksmith Nabal. Named after the first king of the Salamanders, Vulcan grew rapidly, surpassing the strength and size of everyone in the town within 3 Terran years. Despite his imposing physical stature, he demonstrated a sharp intellect and outstanding blacksmithing abilities. Vulcan went on to share his advanced forging techniques with the local people, leaving a lasting impression on the community with his remarkable skills and influence. The people of Nocturne were constantly raided by the Dark Eldar, and it was so frequent that they would have designated hiding places to avoid capture. However, upon the arrival of Vulcan, he rallied the townspeople to pitch a defense against the raiders. The 4-year-old Vulcan alone killed 100 Eldar that day. In celebration of the Primarch's victory against the Eldar raiders, a tournament ensued. Unexpectedly, an unfamiliar participant joined the festivities. Spanning 8 days, contests of intellect, strength, craftsmanship, and endurance unfolded. Strikingly, the stranger displayed abilities mirroring Vulcan's in every facet. To the astonishment of the spectators, Vulcan humbly knelt before the mysterious contender. To their further amazement, the stranger shed his deceptive appearance, revealing himself as the Holy Emperor of mankind. In this poignant moment, joyfully, the Primarch and the Emperor were reunited. Vulcan would be distanced from his legion for a long period of time. Under the personal tutelage of the Emperor, the Primarch of the 18th Legion would absorb the profound wisdom of the ruler of mankind. However, in the hour of his legion's greatest need, he would return to them. In the Taurus cluster, a group of planets harbored a formidable orc horde consisting of millions. The 18th Legion, led by their chapter master, confronted this overwhelming force. Despite facing daunting odds, their mission was to evacuate the civilian populations, a challenging task that, unfortunately, resulted in significant losses due to their compassionate efforts. Refusing to remain passive while his sons awaited destruction, Vulcan made the decision to actively participate in the battle alongside recruits from his home planet of Nocturne. Taking charge and inspiring the surviving Dragon Warriors, he led a counterattack to eliminate the Orc threat. After the conflict, the two divisions of his legion came together, and Vulcan revealed himself to his sons. Despite the Dragon Warriors kneeling in reverence, Vulcan encouraged them to stand beside him, urging them to rise and join him in solidarity. Vulcan opted to bow before his legion, honoring the sacrifices made to protect the escaping innocent civilians. The 18th, no longer known as Dragon Warriors, would embrace a new identity, the Salamanders. Originating from various enclaves in Nocturne, the Salamanders deployed numerous companies during the Great Crusade. Despite consistently ranking as the smallest among the Space Marine legions, the Salamanders compensated for their numerical disadvantage by introducing innovative battle doctrines and strategic methodologies. Under Vulcan's guidance, they embraced a philosophy centered on self-sufficiency and autonomy, allowing each company to cultivate unique traditions within their respective units. Yet, with the advent of a new era for the Salamanders, it also signaled the beginning of a more ominous future, defined by the emergence of betrayal and heresy. Commanded upon to face the traitor Primarch, Horus Lupercal, the Salamanders united with the Iron Hands and Raven Guard legions. Together, their objective was to suppress the growing rebellion among the traitor Space Marine chapters and their Primarchs. Deployed as the vanguard assigned to pacify the insurgent four traitor legions, namely the Death Guard, World Eaters, Emperor's Children, and Sons of Horus, the Loyalists sought to quash the rebellion using the collective strength of 7 legions. The expected arrival of reinforcements from the Iron Warriors, Night Lords, Word Bearers, and Alpha Legion was on the horizon. Nevertheless, a treacherous turn of events awaited the Loyalist legions during the drop site massacre of Istvan V, where betrayal unfolded among their supposed allies. As the Salamanders witnessed the loss of their Primarch and endured the crushing weight of the traitors, they found themselves shattered into fragments of their recently restored splendor. The Salamanders, along with its fellow fractured legions, retreated from the devastating massacre. Leading the dispersed forces of his legion to safety, First Captain Artellus Numion guided the remnants of the Salamanders through the tumultuous aftermath. Taking sanctuary on the ultramarine world of Macraga, the Salamanders bore the weight of their defeat and the absence of their Primarch, as the galaxy confronted a deepening schism. In reaction, Imperium Secundus arose, spearheaded by Robute Guilliman, the Primarch of the Ultramarines, and Ultramar became the newly fortified stronghold in the event of the Imperium, yielding to the traitors' onslaught. Nevertheless, amid their darkest hours, the Salamanders found a ray of hope with the reappearance of their Primarch, Vulcan. Vulcan's reunion with his legion bore both a blessing and a curse. With his mind and body in ruins, the burden of ensuring the legion's survival fell upon Artellus Numion. He undertook the responsibility of guiding the legion on a path of redemption. Setting forth on a pilgrimage to their homeworld, Nocturne, Numion willingly laid down his own life to resurrect his Primarch and rekindle the zeal within the legion. In return, Vulcan journeyed to Holy Terra to bolster its defense, leaving his Salamanders to independently fulfill their duty in protecting the Imperium. Forging partnerships with their battle-tested counterparts from the Iron Hands and Raven Guard, the Salamanders embraced guerrilla tactics, conducting targeted strikes against the traitor forces throughout the duration of the Horus Heresy. As the 41st millennium unfolded, they welcomed the Primaris Space Marines into their ranks, enabling the expansion of their forces with the creation of new chapters. In spite of their limited numbers, the Salamanders are deeply associated with the Legion's reputation as unwavering guardians against the powers of chaos. Their compassion for humanity and resolute dedication to the Emperor's will have earned them renown across the Imperium. Within the Salamanders chapter, there is a steadfast belief that their Primarch will reunite with them one day. This eagerly awaited moment is foreseen to transpire upon the retrieval of all the artifacts of Vulcan, marking the beginning of their resurgence. The Salamander's gene seed possesses a distinctive characteristic, setting it apart from that of many other founding legions. Much like the gene seeds of the Alpha Legion and Space Wolves, the Salamander's gene seed was meticulously fashioned by the Emperor for a specific purpose. The exact intent behind its creation has faded with the passage of time, with only the Emperor likely...
Did y'all hear that? Their DNA was created particularly by the Emperor. They were made differently than everybody else,
retaining knowledge of its design. Notably, the Salamanders demonstrate delayed reaction times in contrast to other legions, a trait directly linked to their gene seed. Nevertheless, some propose that this phenomenon could be influenced by the elevated gravity conditions or psycho-conditioning on the chapter's home planet. Interestingly, this trait tends to disappear when a member of the Salamanders is outfitted with power armor. Due to their home world of Nocturne, the radiation that bathes the landscape has bestowed upon the Legion an unmistakable aesthetic, jet black skin and piercing red, burning eyes that radiate an otherworldly aura. Beyond being a mere surface-level characteristic, this unique appearance serves a strategic purpose during deployments in rebellious regions. The Legion's imposing visage instills fear among the populace, ensuring compliance without the need for overt force.
Hey, you really said, he said, yeah, just send in them big black ass niggas with red, send in them big black ass niggas with red eyes, and they ain't even gonna want to fight. That's what he just said. He said, shit, they just send them in, and when you look at they big black asses with red eyes, you don't even want to fight.
Yet beneath this intimidating exterior, the Salamanders of Nocturne harbor extraordinary genetic traits resulting from their bespoke gene crafting. One such manifestation is the awe-inspiring fire sight, a remarkable ability that allows the sons of Vulcan to precisely perceive infrared emissions. This uncanny skill eliminates the necessity for cumbersome helmet visors, providing them with a tactical advantage on the battlefield. With this heightened perception, the Salamanders seamlessly integrate thermic materials into their armor and vehicles. This innovation facilitates stealthy midnight raids and skirmishes, allowing them to navigate the shadows with unrivaled precision. The 18th Legion stands as a testament to the unique bonds forged in tradition and lineage. Much akin to their contemporaries, the esteemed Space Wolves and the venerable Blood Angels, the Salamanders, adheres to a precise recruitment process, ensuring an exclusive intake of few new members. What distinguishes the
Yeah, they don't just take in anybody, homie.
Salamanders is their distinctive approach to recruitment. Within the Legion, each company draws its aspirants exclusively from the citizenry of its corresponding clan on Nocturne.
Nocturne is the planet where every living being is jet black. So you can't be no Astartes unless you're from Nocturne. And you gotta be, if you're from Nocturne, you jet black. Because the radiation bathes the planet and everybody there has jet black skin and glowing red eyes.
Fostering a rare unity that transcends mere comradeship. This bespoke method results in companies comprised entirely of individuals bound not just by duty, but by the ties of shared ancestry, loyalty, and mutual respect. Prospective recruits are plucked from the midst of their clans at a young age. Under the watchful guidance of the seasoned warriors, these initiates dedicate years to the honing of their skills, a process that serves as both a sword and an anvil. The discerning eyes of the chapter's apothecaries and chaplains scrutinize those displaying promise. The chosen few embark on the arduous path of organ implantation, subjecting themselves to a series of transformative procedures as they confront challenges that echo the legendary feats of their Primarch, Vulcan. In a symbolic mirroring of their gene father's youth, these aspirants undertake trials culminating in a profound rite, the hunting of a salamander. This symbolic quest pays homage to the fabled contest between Vulcan and the Emperor of Mankind. As the flames of the forge illuminate their path, the salamanders rise, not just as warriors, but as living embodiments of a legacy that spans the ages. The esteemed salamanders are renowned for their outstanding craftsmanship, often fashioning their own armor and weaponry. A masterful display of their exceptional forge skills is evident in the intricate symbols adorning their war gear, depicting scales, anvils, flames, and the emblematic salamander drakes of Nocturne. Their armor, a bright green hue, often marked with a golden aquila on the chest plate. Rooted in the early apprenticeships of these warriors as blacksmiths, each salamander not only possesses the ability to maintain their equipment, but also to perform moderate repairs on their weapons and armor. This unique proficiency not only elevates their individual prowess, but also affords the chapter's artificers precious time to channel their expertise into the creation of extraordinary technological and metallurgical wonders. As a result, the Salamanders chapter stands proudly, boasting an extraordinary collection of master-crafted weapons, artificer armor, and even tactical dreadnought armor. The Salamanders emerges as a unique beacon of compassion, drawing profound inspiration from the teachings of Vulcan. Renowned for their dedication to the well-being of ordinary citizens within the vast Imperium, these stalwart warriors stand out for their commitment to defending the vulnerable. In a departure from the norm, observed among other chapters, the Salamanders have chosen to integrate seamlessly into the civilian life of their homeworld of Nocturne. Assuming multifaceted roles as guardians, exemplars, and caretakers, they have forged a rare bond with the very people they have sworn to protect. Beyond their unique residence choices, the Salamanders consistently demonstrate a remarkable willingness to form alliances with other Imperial forces. Often pioneering diplomatic initiatives, they stand as the vanguard in forging connections, showcasing a rare unity within the fragmented Imperium. In their commitment to the Codex Astartes, the Salamanders gracefully intertwine the tenets of their distinct Promethean cult, creating a narrative of unique traditions and values. This singular cult, rooted in the heart of Nocturne, pays homage to the virtues of self-reliance, self-sacrifice, and steadfast loyalty, echoing the ancient rhythms of a society deeply connected to its ancestral roots. Like a guiding flame, they place a profound emphasis on the well-being of the entire community. In a spectacle reminiscent of ancient rituals, the denizens of Nocturne, and by extension the Salamanders themselves, convene in political councils of revered elders. Here, amidst the volcanic cradle of their home world, they engage in spirited debates, echoing the deliberative quorums of Macragge. As the sons of Nocturne embark on a celestial journey, they pledge to purify a trajectory through the cosmic destruction. The fiery embers of their home world act as a spiritual elixir, rejuvenating their resolve and fueling audacious forays into the shadowy recesses of distant worlds. In their cosmic endeavors, these intrepid warriors bring both cleansing fire and unwavering courage to the obscure realms scattered across the expanse of the galaxy. This concludes today's chapter from the archives. Please like and...
Now, that was 16 minutes and 57 seconds. I bet you I can kill both your Black Panther movies with 16 minutes and 57 seconds. Because you ain't never seen nothing like that in your life. And you know you haven't. On here at the War Chest, will you? Oh, I got some stuff you guys ain't even knew was out there. Welcome to the War Chest.